Hey everyone, ready to dive into something pretty cool.
Always.
Okay, so today we're talking about BSNL.
BSNL.
Yeah, they're launching India's first ever satellite-to-device service.
Whoa.
It's pretty wild. Imagine like you're trekking in the
Oh,
Himalayas,
wow.
miles from any cell tower,
Right.
but you can still connect with the world.
That's amazing.
We're basing this deep dive on an article from ABP News, one of India's top news sources.
Cool.
So, what do you think is the most exciting part of this?
Well, I think the most exciting part is how this could be a game changer for connectivity in India,
Yeah.
especially in those really hard to reach areas.
Exactly. We're not just talking about like basic connectivity here.
Right.
This is about bridging the digital divide.
Oh, for sure.
Like, think about it.
Yeah.
People living in those remote villages,
Yeah.
up in the mountains, deep in the forests, they often have really limited access to the internet and to all the opportunities that come with it.
Huge implications.
So this is like suddenly opening up a
Yeah.
whole world of possibilities.
Yeah, precisely.
Go on.
And it's BSNL stepping up to the plate here,
Yeah.
becoming the first in India to actually offer this kind of service.
Yeah, it's a bold move for sure.
Very bold.
They announced this at the India Mobile Congress 2024.
Oh, wow.
So it's clearly a pretty big deal.
Definitely a big deal.
And I think it really signals a shift in thinking around satellite communication in general.
Yeah.
It's moving away from being this niche technology
Yeah.
for like,
Mm.
specific industries
Right.
and becoming something that's
Yeah.
accessible to everyday people.
Absolutely.
So how does this thing actually work?
Go on.
I know BSNL's partnering with Viasat,
They are, yeah.
a company with a ton of experience
Tons.
in satellite technology.
Yeah.
They're using these, like
Mhm.
satellites way out in space.
Yeah.
I mean, this means you can get a signal,
Pretty much.
even in the most remote corners of India.
It's really incredible.
Yeah, and it goes beyond just like basic communication, right?
Yeah.
We're talking emergency calls,
Yes.
sending SOS messages,
Yep.
even making UPI payments.
UPI.
Wow. I know, right? India's like super popular mobile payment system.
Yeah, I know about it.
Wait, so you can make UPI payments through a satellite?
Apparently.
That's incredible.
It is.
Does this mean we could be looking at like regular calls and SMS too?
I mean, it's definitely possible. The article we read didn't give us all the answers.
So many questions.
Yeah, we don't know if this will be included in existing plans
Oh, right.
or if it'll be like an extra cost.
Yeah.
And how do you actually access the service? We don't know.
It feels like we're on the edge of something really big,
It does?
but we're still waiting to see how it all unfolds.
It's like peeking into the future of connectivity, you know?
Yeah.
This uncertainty, though.
Yeah.
This uncertainty makes it so intriguing.
Okay.
While BSNL figures out the finer details,
Mhm.
I think it's worth exploring what this could mean for people on the ground.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and dive into that potential impact.
Right.
What could this change for people living in those remote areas?
So imagine a doctor in a city
Okay.
being able to consult with a patient
Yeah.
in a remote village using video chat,
Wow.
or a student in a remote area
Mhm.
being able to access online courses from anywhere.
That's a powerful image.
It is.
You're painting a picture
Yeah.
of a much more connected and equitable future.
That's the hope.
Realistically, though,
Yeah.
wouldn't things like power supply
Oh, yeah.
be a major hurdle in a lot of those areas?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
There are definitely challenges. Things
Yeah.
like infrastructure,
Yeah.
affordability. These are all things we need to consider.
Yeah.
But even with those challenges,
Mm.
the potential is enormous.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can already see how this could change the game for so many people. But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's take a closer look at how this tech could impact different sectors.
Okay.
What jumps out at you?
Well, think about disaster relief efforts.
Oh.
In a situation like a flood
Yeah.
or an earthquake
Huh?
in a remote area,
Yeah.
this technology could be invaluable
Wow.
for coordinating rescue operations
Right.
and getting help to those who need it most.
That's a powerful example.
It is, and it's just the tip of the iceberg.
I bet.
Yeah, we're just scratching the surface here.
Okay.
In the next part, we'll delve deeper into the implications of BSNL's satellite service for various sectors,
Sounds good.
from healthcare to education and beyond.
Awesome. I can't wait.
You know, it's fascinating to think about all the different ways this technology could impact things.
Oh, yeah.
Like healthcare, for instance.
Okay.
Imagine a specialist in Mumbai
Okay.
can consult with a patient
Mm-hmm.
in a remote village in Ladakh,
Wow.
and they can do this in real time using video conferencing.
That would be life-changing
It would.
for so many people who just don't have access to that kind of specialized care.
Exactly.
What about education?
Oh, huge potential there.
I could see this making a big difference.
I think so too.
Students in remote areas
Yeah.
could suddenly have access to all sorts of online educational resources.
Like what?
Virtual classes,
Yeah.
interactive tutorials. They could even connect with teachers and experts
Right.
from all over the country.
Or even the world.
It really levels the playing field.
It does.
Gives everyone the opportunity to learn and grow
That's the idea.
no matter where they are.
Breaking down those barriers.
Yeah.
Those geographical barriers to opportunity.
It's not just healthcare and education, though, is it?
It's not.
What about businesses?
Oh, tons of potential there.
What about businesses operating in those remote areas?
I was just thinking about that.
Okay, like,
Logistics companies
Yeah.
that transport goods through those challenging terrains.
uh,
Or mining companies in remote locations.
that kind of reliable
That's a
connectivity
game changer.
could revolutionize how they work.
Think about real-time tracking
Okay.
of shipments,
Yeah.
seamless communication between teams, and just access to critical data,
Right.
no matter where they are.
It could increase efficiency, reduce costs,
It could.
maybe even open up new business opportunities
Absolutely.
in places that were previously considered too isolated.
Exactly.
And speaking of opening up opportunities,
Yeah.
what about tourism?
Oh, that's a good one.
Imagine trekking through the Himalayas.
Beautiful.
To share that experience
Right.
with your friends and family back home.
Yeah, in real time.
Or even like,
Booking,
booking accommodations
paying for services
all through your phone.
while you're on the mountain.
It could make those like
Yeah.
off-the-grid adventures
Right.
even more appealing.
Yeah.
Suddenly, even the most remote corners of India
Mm-hmm.
are connected to the global tourism network.
Exactly.
So we talked about
yeah.
healthcare, education, businesses,
Tourism.
even tourism.
Yeah.
It seems like the possibilities are endless.
It does, doesn't it?
Let's step back for a second
Okay.
and think about the challenges.
Right.
What are some of the hurdles
Yeah, what needs to be overcome?
for this technology to really reach its full potential?
One of the biggest challenges is going to be affordability.
Okay.
The technology itself, super impressive,
Right.
but the cost
Yeah.
of accessing these satellite services
Right.
needs to be
Yeah.
within reach for people if we
Totally.
want this to really make a difference.
You don't want to create a situation where
No,
only the wealthy can benefit. That
exactly.
would defeat the whole purpose
It would.
of bridging the digital divide.
BSNL will need to figure that out. Some
Yeah.
innovative pricing model that ensure inclusivity
Make it accessible to everyone,
to everyone.
regardless of
Like,
their income level.
Yeah, and then there's infrastructure.
It's not just about the satellites, is it?
It's not.
You
but-
need the ground infrastructure to support it.
Exactly. You need ground stations.
Yeah.
Particularly in those remote areas.
Right.
It can be challenging
Yeah.
and expensive.
Logistically, too.
It'll require collaboration,
The-
BSNL, government agencies, and local communities.
It sounds complex,
It is.
but the rewards could be huge.
They could.
We've been talking a lot about
Yeah.
businesses and sectors. What about individuals?
Individuals.
Yeah, what does this mean for them?
Think about someone
Okay.
living in a remote village.
Yeah,
They suddenly have access to the internet
for the first time.
for the very first time.
Wow.
They can connect with loved ones
Right.
far away,
Hmm.
access information,
Yeah.
educational resources,
Hmm.
even participate in the digital economy.
It's like opening up a whole new world.
It is, isn't it?
Very
Like,
good.
as the technology develops
Yeah.
and it becomes more widely available,
Mm-hmm.
we could see a future
Yeah.
where satellite connectivity
Yeah.
is as commonplace as Wi-Fi is today.
That's a really exciting thought.
It is.
It is.
It is.
We've been talking a lot about the future.
Yeah.
I'm curious,
Mm-hmm.
what excites you the most about all of this?
Well, what excites me most is
Mhm.
the potential to really empower people,
Mhm.
especially people who have been marginalized by
Yeah.
their location.
Right.
But I think it's important to be mindful
Uh,
the potential downsides as well.
Like what, for example?
Well, one concern I have is
Mhm.
increased surveillance
Uh-huh.
and data collection.
Right.
As we become more reliant on satellite technology, we need
Mhm.
to make sure
Yeah.
we have clear regulations,
Mhm.
safeguards in place,
To protect.
people's privacy
Right.
and security.
That's a really important point.
It is.
we need to make sure this technology
Yes.
is used responsibly
Responsibly.
and ethically.
Absolutely. And I think it's also important to consider the environmental impact
Okay.
of launching,
Right.
maintaining all these satellites.
Yeah.
We need to make sure
Yeah.
we're not destroying the planet.
Yeah, this pursuit of connectivity
Right.
shouldn't come at the expense
Exactly.
of our planet's health.
You've raised some really thought-provoking points.
It seems like BSNL's satellite service.
It is.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
Immense potential,
Mm-hmm.
but also potential risks.
Yes.
We need to be really careful about it
We do.
and consider all the angles.
It makes it so fascinating to discuss. It's
Yeah.
not just a technological innovation.
It's a societal one.
Yeah. Yeah, and it has the potential reshape how we live,
Mm-hmm.
work,
Yeah.
interact with the world around us.
This leads us to the big question.
What's that?
How will this impact businesses and individuals
Yeah.
in a more concrete way?
Right. How will this change their day-to-day,
Exactly.
their operations?
We'll delve deeper into those questions
Okay.
in the next part
That's it.
of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We've talked about the potential, the challenges,
Right.
the impact on all these different sectors.
Mm-hmm.
But how will this actually affect
Yeah, good question.
businesses and individuals
Your day-to-day.
in their daily lives?
I think for businesses operating in remote areas,
Yeah.
this could really change things.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a construction company
Oh.
building a new highway
Yeah.
through the Himalayas.
Mm.
With this satellite connectivity,
Right.
they can have real-time communication with their teams,
Wow.
track the movement of equipment,
Yeah.
access crucial data.
All without worrying about cell service.
Exactly.
That's a great example.
I think so.
It's like those remote locations
Yeah.
suddenly become much more accessible.
Yeah, much more.
But it's not just about big companies, though, right?
No, not at all.
Even small businesses
Absolutely.
in those remote villages.
Think about a handicraft artisan
Okay.
in a remote village.
Yeah.
Now they can use the internet to
Yeah.
sell their products.
To a global market.
Exactly.
But-
Or a farmer
Okay.
who can access real-time weather information and market prices.
To make better decisions.
It's about empowering people,
Yeah.
creating new opportunities
In places that were previously excluded.
from that digital economy.
For individuals in urban areas,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the impact is a little more subtle,
Yeah, probably.
but still significant.
Imagine never having to worry about losing your connection.
Oh, in a dead zone.
Yeah.
Whether you're on a road trip
I'm
or...
just commuting to work.
It'll be a huge perk for travelers, too.
Oh, absolutely.
No more struggling to find Wi-Fi.
Yeah, or expensive roaming charges.
We're in those...
Yeah, those remote destinations.
As this technology develops
Mm-hmm.
and it gets more affordable,
Yeah,
could we see satellite connectivity
I think so.
immigrated into our everyday devices?
Laptops, tablets, everything.
So we're talking about a future where being connected,
It's not about location.
it's not about where you are.
It's about the technology you have.
This has been such an interesting deep dive
It has.
into satellite technology.
Yeah.
Its potential to transform our lives.
We've covered a lot
We've
from the
covered-
technical side to...
Yeah, the societal implications.
I think it's important to remember
Yeah,
this is still developing.
it's early days.
Lots of questions.
Challenges, too.
But that's what makes it so exciting.
We're witnessing a revolution.
In real time.
It's up to all of us to
Yeah.
engage with this thoughtfully.
Shape the future of connectivity.
To our listeners,
Mm-hmm.
we'll leave you with this thought.
Right.
BSNL's launch
Yeah.
of India's first satellite-to-device service.
It's more than just a technological advancement.
It's a glimpse into a future
A future where connectivity is limitless.
where access to information and opportunity.
Isn't limited by location anymore?
What will you do
That's the question.
with this newfound connection?